Hello, Hexicans. Welcome to HEX the Crypto Sparbu Show. My name is Alan. I'm here with the HEX line. How's it going?
Hello, everybody out there. Thanks for the introduction, Alan. Here, everything is fine. I can show you once again my green screen out here. It's really nice to have the view, to be up here in the mountains near the second biggest city of Colombia. And yes, everything is going fine so far. Yeah, a lot of rain in the last days, but it looks like more sun is coming in the next few weeks. How is it going?
Awesome. It's really nice here in Mexico as well. I'm enjoying my daily life here on the beach every day. So let's get to the stream. We already have a lot of Hexicans in the chat right now, and somebody is saying, I hope I see you guys in Vegas. And that's what we're going to talk today. We will talk about the HEX price. We just had an all-time high. Some say it wasn't an all-time high. We'll get to that later on. Then we will also talk about the Pulse chain. Richard Hart announced that he wants to fork Ethereum, and the name for the new fork will be Pulse chain. We're going to talk about that. And just like I said before, we're going to talk about Las Vegas as well. We have a lot of things going on in HEX. All right. So what is our first topic? Let's talk about Las Vegas, I would say, right?
Of course, yeah. Let's talk about the nice things what Matti announced in the last week. Yeah. Would you like to do an introduction, or should I start right away?
So what do we want to talk about Las Vegas? There is the first actually big meeting for all Hexicans out there that will be in Las Vegas, and it's organized by Muddy Olin. And it will be on June 24th, right, to June 27th. It's like only 4 days weekend or so.
Exactly, yeah.
And we don't know yet for sure what we're going to do, but what do you have to plan for Las Vegas, Patrick?
So yes, it will take place from Thursday to Sunday, from 24th of 27th of June. And we from the German Hexican community, so Alan and myself and maybe some others, are planning to come as well. We still need to have a look on the rules and regulations, so we will wait another week or two to decide it for sure, because right now, because of the week of Easter, lots of rules and regulations got a bit harder in a lot of countries, and therefore we will need to see in the next weeks if some of those rules are softened a bit, and if this is the case, what I think it will, then I hope we can make a nice like German house in Las Vegas, you know?
Exactly. That's what we already talked about in the chat we had before this stream. We would like to go to Vegas as a German community, of course. So we invited everybody from Germany to visit us in Vegas when we go. But we would also like to ask all the American Hexicans if they would join the German house maybe and rent an Airbnb, for example, and have like just this small community renting out an Airbnb. If you guys are interested in being with all the Germans, you guys feel free to contact us, and maybe we can rent one Airbnb all together.
Exactly. So the plan still is like not something huge for 20 or 30 people, so only something for up to 10, because yes, it's actually getting messy once like so much time, so much people are in the same space. And the plan is like to rent over Airbnb like a bigger house, you know, where everybody has his own sleeping room and bedroom, thanks. And where we go out together, in the evening, and can have some stream fun in the house as well. Where we have maybe even a better internet connection as in the hotel, and where we are like a bit freer. It's not so much of a problem like in a hotel. Like you always need to go to somewhere else, and in the German house we could have the opportunity to have some small Hexican meetups in the evening as well. And as for the German guys, so for people from Europe, obviously they won't come only from Thursday to Sunday. It don't make sense to just fly over the Atlantic Ocean for just 4 days. And that's why we are planning to come 1 week earlier to Las Vegas, and maybe to stay even a few days after as well. So if you like this idea, and if you want to join us, please contact us on Telegram, or just leave a comment right under this video.
Yeah, well, the dates are not figured out yet. Maybe we can stay like 2 weeks earlier, and then have the Hexican meetup, the Hexican event, just being the last days. So who knows about the dates yet? We will figure out that in the future. But I think there will be a lot to do in Vegas. Like Patrick already said, he wants to take all the rides there are, and wants to eat all the food there is in Vegas. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
So Vegas is supposed to have one of the best roller coasters in all over the world, and one of the best selection of food as well. So yeah, I think the good thing is that before this event, Abid is coming to visit me here in Colombia, and he's really into sports and activities and so on. So I guess in those 4 weeks before Las Vegas, I can train a bit more, together with Abid, to have some more motivation, what I usually don't have for doing sports. And so I can get in a better shape, and in those few weeks in Vegas, it's I can eat everything there is.
Yeah, we have to regain everything. Crypto Goose asked a question: is there any gambling there? I don't gamble at all, because I used to gamble really big in Germany, and I lost a lot of money. Then I stopped totally. But when I go to Vegas, I will for sure go to gamble a little bit, 100%. That's what I want to do. It was always my dream to go into casino and to spend some money, even though it is stupid. It's the worst thing you could do, but it is one thing that it's on my bucket list,
I mean, it's also on my list. Yeah.
What about you, Patrick? Do you gonna go?
Yes, of course. So I definitely join you when we go to the casino as well. But I will go there, with a limit, so like without any card or something like that, just with some cash, and then to the cashier's desk, give me the chips, and once this is done, then it's done. And if I get lucky, I will invite you for dinner.
All right. Well, the thing is that I think they're gonna serve alcohol as well. And once I drink and gamble, then there's never a limit for me. Even though if I get rid of all my cash, right? Then I can promise you, if I had too many drinks, then I will somehow be able to find some more cash somewhere. It's always difficult for me to have a limit on gambling.
Okay, Ellen, I will make sure that.
But let's see how this turns out.
I will make sure that you leave your hardware wallet in the apartment before we go to the casino. Okay.
Could you imagine putting your hardware wallet on the table and say, "I'm all in"?
No, we aren't going to do that. No, we won't do that, Ellen. That's pretty stupid, yeah. Like to lose a few $100 in the casino is already stupid, yeah, and stupid in us, yeah. So we will leave it there, you know. And maybe you get lucky, and then you just put like $1 in a how do you call it, one armed bandit, or how do you call it, slot machine, and then you get the quadruple Vegas all over jackpot, where you can like buy yourself a piece of desert or something like that.
The good thing is that I have my therapist with me at all time. Maddie Allen is also in the chat right now, and if I lose everything, then he can build me up as well. So Maddie Allen is in the chat right now, and you guys tell us what we should do in Vegas. What would you guys do in Vegas besides gambling? Of course, gambling is the biggest thing in Vegas, but what are your suggestions we should definitely do?
Roller coasters and food. in that direction. Not food and roller coaster, it's roller coaster and food.
Somehow I can never enjoy roller coasters. All the time when I go on the roller coasters, I drive them, and then I'm thinking, why am I doing this to myself? And I'm getting scared in a roller coaster. When it's going down, I just have fear, and then I think, man, I cannot enjoy that. Like, first you wait a couple of hours to get on, and then you are in the feeling of fear, like for 1 or 2 minutes, and then I ask myself, why? So I don't know if I gotta do that.
Yeah, you know, so some of those trips in the roller coaster are preparing you for the hex dips.
Yeah, well, I already made like 5 or 6 hex dips, so maybe I'm not afraid anymore of those roller coasters, you know, because those dips were awesome. You know, they're awesome. They were not awesome, they were crazy.
Yeah. And another thing what I would like to do in Vegas is water slides. I'm also liking water slides.
What is the weather in Las Vegas? I know it's a desert, but is it always warm there?
I guess so. In June, end of June, yes, it should be warm enough. Should I check?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we have the chat who can tell us.
June. Yeah, I mean, maybe this side, maybe Mello can check the weather in Vegas in the end of June.
Yeah, well, just as I said, the chat is already saying, Brissology is saying it's hot in the summer and cold in the winter, so we're going to be there in the summer, luckily. So yeah, sure, maybe a water park would be a nice thing to do as well. And like we said before, we are in Vegas for like 2 weeks at least. Patrick and me, we won't go there for only this weekend. We will be for 2 long weeks, and then there's a lot of things to do for us, hopefully.
Exactly, yeah. So thanks to Maddie and to RG3 who are making this possible, you know, who are putting all their power and their work to get a nice table of content schedule list over those 4 days. And I guess we will have a lot of fun, and I guess they will plan so much activities that you need to choose like which one you want to do in which time. So it's perfect that we are there a few more days, so we can also do like the rest of the stuff on the other days, you know.
And Maddie Ellen was just saying, are you guys coming 100%? We don't know 100%, but we are planning to right now. I already looked at the flights. They are really cheap. I already looked at the Airbnb apartments, and we announced it in our HEX German community as well. And maybe we get some people together and when we go. But Patrick and myself, we won't have any problem if it's just you and me going as well, right? It's not depending on the amount of people. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, since last year, you can't say 100% for sure, because rules and regulations of all the governments around the world are changing pretty fast and like daily sometimes. As of right now, we are coming 100% because, as Alan already said, flight is not a problem, apartment is not a problem, location we like, we have plenty of activities we want to do in Vegas, and it's our plan for this year to meet up with as much Hexicans as possible. So yes, we are definitely coming. The only thing is the government of the United States and the government of Colombia, because Ellen will be visiting me here in Colombia before we go to Vegas. So we have those two governments we need to take care. So usually in Colombia they don't do any weird or they do weird rules, but they don't do that bad kind of rules. So you have some kind of rules, but you are still allowed to travel around. And I don't know like what will be the case with the states, because as of right now, for example, you aren't allowed to come to the States if you come from Europe, from the Schengen area, and that sucks, honestly. But I'm in good hope, and I hope that this is only like the harder restrictions over the Easter week right now, and that it will soften up in the next few weeks. And if we look again in like 1 or 2 weeks, then we have already other rules and regulations again. So for 99.5%, Ellen and myself will come to Vegas.
Yeah, that's right. And also we have Brissology here, who says he will put a good word for us to the German government, to the American government. They know him. So thanks, Brissology, for that. Then it makes it even more possible for us to go there. So another point, SigHex148 is asking, he needs to find some people to rent a house or maybe a hotel. I know Matty Allen is looking for a bulk apartment or for a hotel deal for a lot of people right now. But the German house, we would like Patrick and myself, we would like to rent an Airbnb. And that's why we asked the German community if somebody wants to join. And we also would like to ask the American community, or actually anybody from the world, if they want to be an Airbnb apartment with Patrick and myself and maybe some other dudes, and then we can just share an apartment. I would like an Airbnb because I think it's a cooler setup. You have mostly better internet. Maybe you have a pool and something like this. So I would like to rent an Airbnb. And SigHex148, if you would like to join the German house, so to say, then contact us, please, and maybe we can make something happen.
Exactly, yeah, and the idea is for the German house, it shouldn't be like that big, so nothing with 20 or 30 people. It's in my point of view, it's too much. So it will be something between 7 and 10 people, so up to 10. So like up to 5 bedrooms, 6 bedrooms, something like that, and nothing more, you know. So where you have like a nice living area where you can invite some other people as well, where you have good internet, where you can even do a nice have a nice streaming setup, you know, like before the conference and maybe after the conference day, and during, of course, for sure as well. So to have like a nice process around all the Hex meetups and all the small events which will take place around the time.
Exactly. And since I'm traveling, I will also vlog this tour to Vegas as well. And this is why I like to Airbnb as well, because then you normally have better internet. So I can upload my videos, and maybe we can stream some live action from the Hex meetup as well for you guys, for the German and English community. So I think that will be great. And Esteban Peligro says lots of great Airbnb in Las Vegas. You could even find one with a pool, bar, etc. And yeah, that's what I was actually looking for. I already looked for an Airbnb apartment with a pool and all those nice things. And I think we will be able to find something if we just look early enough. And people are really getting excited in the chat. That's awesome. So what else is there to say? I think we talked about Las Vegas now, and everybody knows that they can text us if they want to be in the German house, and we are really planning to go. What else is there to say? So let's go to the next topic, and the next topic, of course, is HEX and the new HEX Ethereum fork, which Richard Hart just announced today that he will call it Pulse Chain. And it's funny that I made a meme like 3 days ago and called it Pulse Chain, and today Richard Hart actually announced it because there was already like some kind of consensus from the HEX community. Everybody was laughing about Pulse Chain, and maybe that's why Richard Hart thought this was a good name. What do you think?
Yes, so the biggest announcement of today is that the HEX fork or the HEX blockchain will be called the Pulse chain. And so what I know, even like when Richard was talking to the HEX community in his last live chat, like with the live stream with the HEX community, he was already some Hexicans or somebody was already like saying, yeah, let's call it Pulse chain, and it made like the rounds over Hex Pro and over other streamers and so on. And yes, I guess it's a pretty good name, yeah, because we are at the, we are cryptocurrency as it is supposed to be. Where you hold your own keys, where you mint your own rewards, where only you are in the power of your money. And yeah, so Hex is on the pulse of crypto, So it really fits perfectly, I would say. And with the Pulse chain, I guess we will see over the years a nice integration across other blockchains, so that we can interact with other blockchains, that other blockchains can also get our finished product to offer to their communities. And yes, but like how it will work out specifically, I cannot say exactly like at that point. My guess is that the fork will be soon, but yeah, go on, Ellen, a bit.
Yeah, well, the thing is, we just talked about that as well. Why do we need that fork? Plebs like me, I stake 2,000 hex monthly for the next years, and that's why actually to happen, so I can unstake and maybe stake in the future for less gas fees right now. Right now, it wouldn't be I wouldn't be able to unstake those 2,000 hex because it wouldn't be worth it. I would have to pay more Ethereum in fees than those 2,000 hex are worth right now. Because, well, in the future, I don't know, maybe I get so many hex trustless interest, and it will work again in the future, but right now it's not possible for me. So I thank Richard Hart that he takes care of the small fishes like myself and makes it possible for them to act in the HEX blockchain in the future.
Yeah, exactly. So to everybody who is new on the stream and asks himself like, why are you going to your own blockchain? Where is the need for that? Because like before Hex was started, it was like, now there is no need for a own blockchain, and with Ethereum we are like on the most secure blockchain there is. But over time the things are changing, and for example 12 months ago or 13 months ago, you were able to start a stake for just 1 penny, and you were able to swap Ethereum for Hex for like 20 pennies, and with the fastest one, so like nearly instant, yeah, like 20 seconds and transaction done, and so on. And also the end stake function was like way below $1. And right now, because on the one hand side, Ethereum got way more users, but on the other hand side, also the Ethereum developers or the Ethereum Foundation decided to increase something which is called the S-load function. And this so-called S-load function says how much gas there is needed to perform a function on the Ethereum blockchain, like the start stake function or like the end stake function. And honestly, that sucks, because like 6 months ago they increased this, and in 2.5 weeks they are going to increase it again. And the most important thing for a Hexican is to start a stake and to end a stake, because that is how we are earning trustless interest. During only ourselves are having uh, are able to do something with our money, so only you and yourself with your own keys can start a stake, and only you with your keys can end a stake. There is a detail called the good accounting function. Look it up in our channel. But back to the Ethereum fork. So that's the reason why Richard Hart is forking Ethereum, to get rid of all of these fees and to be able to reduce all the fees by like 99%. So even on the new blockchain, we will still see small fees, but that's only a really, really small portion, like you see it in the Matic mainnet right now.
Oh man,
Because
I
when they
don't know
are,
if Patrick is lagging or if I'm lagging. The chat, can
you
you
are.
guys tell me if you can still hear us? Are we still online? Because I can't see anything.
Okay,
right
then
now.
I guess I will go on until Abid is fixing his internet connection issues. I have a pretty good connection here because my friend where I'm living here took care of exactly that. And usually, so it worked pretty good in the German stream we had before. I guess that Alan will jump out of the stream and reload again, and then he will be back in a second. So back to the why is Richard Hart forking Ethereum, because of the fees, and the fees won't be zero, so that nobody can spam the network and make it impossible for a transaction to go through. So now the question is, like, when will it take place? And I don't have a correct answer for it because I'm not a developer. So what I think will happen is that the fork will happen even in a few weeks, maybe. And then we have the forked version, which needs to be tested out, and like yeah, all the functions need to be tested, and all the whole security model of this new hex blockchain need to be tested out. And I guess this will take a few months, maybe up to a year. And after Richard himself says, okay, we tested enough, it is secure, all my developers looked at the code, and there is no possibility of a, I don't know, 51% attack, or other spamming attacks, or other hacking attacks I may not be able to think of right now. So Richard will think about that, because he knows like how to do all the stuff, and where to get the developers to do the job right, and to get the job done in time, or relatively in time, I would say. So hello, Alan. I'm still like on the why Richard is forking Ethereum topic, and how this fork will take place in my point of view. And so to sum it up, what I see in the end, there will be two options. So either we have like a kind of a snapshot where we just put what is on the current ETH chain on the Pulse chain, and everything from the old chain becomes immediately worthless, or there is something what you need to perform with your keys, like signing your Ethereum address in order to get it moved to the Pulse chain. So those are like the two possibilities I can see as of right now. But please don't nail that or something like that. Don't take it for 100%, because the fork hasn't happened yet. Not so much, and we don't have all the informations as of right now. So just know that there will be a fork, that there will be a nice future on a proper own Hex blockchain with really low fees and with integration to other blockchains as well. So it's still the best thing to get your Hex back right now, because only right now you get the best T-share rate for your Hex. And if you stake right now for a couple of years, or better if you stake for 10 years or even 15, because you will get way more rewards, then you can still do that. You will still face the Ethereum fees. I'm sorry for that, but my guess is that once everything is working on the Hex blockchain, that the Hex price is completely different from today's price. So better do it now.
I see you already talked about the airdrop. Everybody in the chat and in Twitter community is also talking about a possible airdrop, or maybe Hex existing on the Pulse chain and also on the Ethereum chain. Who knows? It's all speculation right now. But did you tell them that you actually take the point that there will be no airdrop?
So I hope that there will be no airdrop, and I am completely against the airdrop in the sense of common airdrops, in the sense of 1-inch airdrop or Uniswap airdrop or something like that, that everybody who already holded Hex, gets the same amount on the new chain as well. So it would be disastrous for the Hex price if that will be the case, in my point of view, and that's why I think that maybe they will call it airdrop, but it will actually be just I don't know how to call that in English, from A to B drop.
Yeah, well, you don't make yourself any friends right now by saying there is no airdrop. I, for myself, say there will be a huge airdrop in the future when you stake your Hex. It will be like seven Hex airdrop for every T-share you own, or something like this. So I'm the airdrop guy. Patrick is the no airdrop guy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We are in the English community right now, so I need to be more bullish as well. So yeah, there will be a huge airdrop, and you need to stake now as much as you can, because it will be based on T-shares. Or no, I don't know, and I don't think so.
Well, who knows? And just as I said, it's all speculations. We don't know if Richard likes airdrops or not. But I know for sure he talked about the MetaMask airdrop and how they would make an airdrop. He said that they should make an airdrop about every key, right? Not about any account, just about the keys. And that's why I think if Richard Hart gonna make an airdrop, he's gonna make it like everybody who is staked. So everybody who has the T-share is gonna get it, not only if you have it liquid. So I think there will be a catch in the future.
And I disagree again. No, and because we know the 2,000 top addresses of Hex, and we know that in the top 30 there are the 13 or 14 something like that, or maybe only 10, I don't know the exact number, of the origin addresses. Yeah, and we know that the origin address is the best entity we have in Hex, that it never sold a single Hex, and that it's also staked, but just a bit, like your name, a bit Hex. And if it won't make sense to say only staked Hex gets rewarded, because then a lot of the general market gets rewarded, and the origin address only gets rewarded for a small portion of its holdings, and therefore would lose too much power in the system. Yeah, to help out for certain situations. And the other thing is, if you say, okay, it will be based on T-shares, then the origin address and all other whales who hold liquid Hex would be forced to stake their hex, like we saw over the big payday. And something like this airdrop would be like
Exactly.
another big payday. And you saw in the price chart what happened with this only one big payday. So that's why I'm completely against another airdrop. Buy your hex, or put the word out to other people and gain commission or something like that. Go on staker.app, download the app, get your referral link, and put it out in the market, and see what happens, and get your free hex that way, and not by waiting for free money to come from the air. We also have it. It's called fiat money.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying about the airdrop, why it's not good for the X price, because people tend to sell their free money, right? But I think Richard Hart would make it just like the big payday, where he's going to say, we will have a shot, how are you going to tell it, a screenshot in the future, like a snapshot in the future. Everybody who's staked on this day will get the free coins, for example, and then everybody will stake, even the OA. And like you said, the OA is the most important thing we have in Hex, because they never sell anything. They don't have to. They actually hold the price up. It's just plebs like me that get free money and then use this airdrop to sell it. You're right, why it's not good for the price, but let's see how it's going to turn out. Somebody else in the chat just said it is a good marketing event. Everybody would stake their hex, and that's what I said before as well. I think if you make something like this, an announcement,
it's just a good event for traders. It's just another good event for traders. Like last year in March, when last year in the beginning of March, I invested some more money into Hex, where so some money what I couldn't afford to lose, So like I was already invested with the money I can afford to lose, it's a risky asset and so on and so forth. But over time I liked the system, so I took also money which I it would have been pretty sad, if I lost that amount of money, yeah. And so I said in March last year, okay, I don't want to hold on to this money for that long time, yeah. So this was the money I hold in liquid Hex. And even last March, I said I will hold on to this amount of money right before the big payday. Why? Because I'm pretty sure before the big payday there will be a pump, and that after the big payday there will be a dump. Yeah. So what did I do? I invested before the huge pump in March and April. Still did not sell there in May or during the summer, and waited until the pump for November. Sold my liquid Hex back and rebought it on the dip of the big payday. Yeah, I mean, nice for me, yeah, but pretty bad in the price chart. And it's not about trading. And this airdrop thing, actually, it's not the best marketing tool. We already had an airdrop in Hex back in, I don't know, January, February last year. So pretty early, we had an airdrop with, I don't know, 5,000-6,000 people get a few thousand Hex or something like that. And it was nice, but not really that all those people are now like, hey, Hex or something like that. So all the streamer you see out there are streamers who put their own money into Hex, and some made a fortune out of it. And it is already a good marketing to say Hex is going to be on its own blockchain. Hex is reducing its fees by 99%. Hex is going to connect with all other blockchain, like you see on the Matic mainnet for the Ethereum blockchain. Hex is also building other bridges to other blockchain to be able to offer them the Hex product, and all those things for me are bullish in us that there is no need for free money. We already have this system. It's called fiat money. And we already know like how bad this fiat money system is.
The great thing is, Patrick, Richard Hart is a great businessman, and he will make the right decision for us. We don't have to speculate too much about that. I think there will be something like a snapshot and an airdrop. You say there won't be. So let's see how that works out in the future. I'm excited, nonetheless, for this fork. I think it's going to be huge, just like you said. It's already the big announcement that Hex going to do that, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I really, really hope that there is no airdrop, that there is no free money. If you want to earn more Hex, okay, Abbott dropped out again. If you want to earn more Hex, then you need to go in the Hex contract with your own keys and stake it. And once your duration is done, then you need to connect yourself again with your wallet, only with your keys, and mint your own rewards and get your rewards doing that. So I guess that a lot of people in the crypto community are a bit upset right now because they had Bitcoin before December 2019, and right now they don't have any more possibility to make a free Hex claim. And everybody who did in December or January 2019 or 2020 were got like a fortune. If you had just one Bitcoin before December 2019, which was like under $10,000 at that time, you got about 14,000 Hex. You staked that for 1 year, or like 13, let's say 13 months, like until the end of the last year. So you got in like in December 2019, and you said, okay, I will stake still till end of year 2020. Yeah, my free money. Yeah, my free 14,000 Hex. And those 14,000 Hex with big payday and the trustless interest definitely were over 20,000 Hex in the end of the year. End of year, we were like at 1.2 to 1.5 cents. So let's make the calculation. I need my calculator. So that 20,000 Hex times 0.012, not that much. It's $240 free money. Yeah. And I guess that a lot of people are like to time travel back to get now this free money. But when it was the time to do it, they said no, Hex won't be worth anything. I don't even bother to take those few minutes to get my to mint my free Hex, you know. And there were some people also saying that and you will lose your Bitcoin or something like that, and none of that was the case, as everybody knows, and as 300,000 Bitcoin still know, because still 300,000 Bitcoin did free claim their Hex. And all of this put together, that's why I am completely against the airdrop, and that's why I am completely against all this money out of thin air. And that's why I'm saying an airdrop would put Hex more in the direction of fiat money than it will benefit the ecosystem or the price.
So you say airdrop is bad for the price, but what we see right now is an all-time high. So why don't we go to the next point of our stream, and that is the Hex price. And Patrick, as always, has something for us. He always has some charts.
I don't get your. Why do you say that sentence? You know, you say an airdrop is bad, but we are at all-time high right now. But we are at all-time high right now because we didn't had an airdrop, or why do you are you referring to an airdrop and to the all-time high? I don't get this.
I didn't refer it. I just want to make a bridge to the next topic, which is the price. So let's talk now about the price.
Good.
Which we
then
had.
Then just a little information I got from Richard Hart today. We did not see a new all-time high. It's just I don't know exactly like how the Staker app chart does its charting. because only on the stake app chart we saw the price moving to another high to 203 cents, and on every other exchange. So if you look at the centralized exchange called HitBTC, it only went to 189 or something, or 188. And if you look to Uniswap version 1, it not even 2 cents. And if you look at Uniswap version 2, it's also like 198 or something like that. Let's have a look how much. It says 199. So no new all-time high, actually. And because I was writing to Richard, so time to update your name today, and he was like, no, not as of right now. So we just touched the all-time high and got some sellers, but as of right now, so Mello here right now sent me a link. I will share. Where is it? Here. From a Ethereum transaction has
somebody bought.
Exactly.
Somebody bought for like HEX right now.
Exactly. So for 50,000 USDC, and if I go to its address, I guess I am already here. I just what do we see here? We see here 23 minutes ago, 18 minutes ago. Okay, that's something else. Uniswap, only 39 transactions. How old is this address? This address is, it's an old one. Nice. Or older one. You see, it's like from April 2018. I'm just looking at it as of right now. It did. That's interesting. It's like from 18 to like 2 years. Over 2 years, it did nothing. Interesting. Okay. Kraken, what do we have here? Uniswap for 2 router. Okay. Just to give you a bit of a look how I look at those addresses, because then I also go here to ERC20 transactions, and here we see only 11. This is everything they have. Yeah, this is everything they have. Okay, that's those the old ones. Okay, here we have a copycat, bad one. Okay, and here we have 1 and 2 HEX transactions. Okay, so let's see if this guy is only a trader or if he will stake some of his HEX as well, because I don't think that this guy has any staked HEX. Alan, anything to say? Is he still here?
We could take his address. Yeah, we could take his address and maybe put it in hexinfo.io. There we have a beautiful chart, and then we see how he's staked, if he is staked.
I rather put it into backuphex.com, and I'm already doing it. It just takes some time to do it.
Okay. I always use hexinfo.io because I like the chart, looks a little bit better, and also you don't have to connect to MetaMask, right? So that's why if it has to go fast, then I always use hex.info, hexinfo.io.
I know, yeah. I know who made the sites, and therefore I like backuphex.com more.
Yeah,
and as I said, there are 0 active stakes on this wallet. So let's see if he stakes, because he got his HEX 19 minutes ago, but also like 5 days ago. So it might be a trader, what I see on his token list here,
But somebody in the chat is already saying, and this is a good point, Starcode says, many people trade on one address and stake on another, so you actually never know what somebody is doing, because they could just use an address.
Yeah, exactly. They could have other addresses as well. Yeah, so you never know for sure. That's why we also don't know like 100% for sure if our big whale is this crypto hedge fund or if it's just somebody else. And yeah, this is also an announcement. So like a few days ago, our huge whale who came out with a stake of 2.3 billion hex. After staking 1 billion for 10 years, it staked another 750 million hex for 5555. So another how much was it at the time? Like 14 million US dollar worth of hex locked for 15.2 years. And yeah, as I see it, that helps the price a lot, because in the beginning of March, everybody was concerned, this whale stake, what will the share rate do and what will they do? Maybe there is a big sell-off, like big payday. And then on the 15th, the stake came out, share rate did not change. This was the first thing what like maybe I should buy hex now. And then they sold not a single hex. Instead they staked nearly everything like for longer. And yes, now we saw a second time like the all-time high which we had or you can say it's an all-time high of this year, because like on the 31st of December we saw the 2 cents the first time. I don't know what happened there, because it was just a few minutes and then it was sold again. And so yeah, maybe you can refer to an all-time high right now, but it's not really an all-time high. Maybe we need to wait a bit longer. But as of right now, would you like to see the chart, Ellen? Or
Yeah, of course. I thought you already showed it. I was lagging a little bit and I hadn't had the chance to ask it. So you haven't shown us the chart?
No,
but
here we have.
actually,
Here we
like
are.
right now, everybody is seeing the chart on the right side, right? We have a new layout. I want to ask you guys, how do you guys like our new setup here, or our new layout? Just please give us a comment in the chat. And there on the right side, you see the chart. Like we made this wig up and just now corrected it a little bit. But Patrick will now share it on the big screen as well.
Exactly, it's already there. So the green line we have here 1 cent. If you remember,
can see it right now.
Yeah, we can see it right now. It's right there. Yeah.
Maybe I just don't see it because it's lagging on my side.
Okay, but yes, it's Melo. I'm stream sharing, right? Yeah, it's okay. Good. Thanks, Melo. Okay, Ellen dropped off again. I saw. Okay, let's make a small chart analysis here. I am not a trader, and that's therefore I won't go that much inside. If you look at the bigger picture, you can try like a triangle here as well, because if you go from the bottom of the big payday to this button and so on, you have like a upwards trend line, and here this part around 1.5 cent was already achieved a few times. So you have a flat line up there, you have a upcoming trend line, and this is a really bullish chart pattern in the trading analysis stuff. And that's why we saw some traders talking about hex in the last days as well, because of this chart pattern. And yes, so here last week I was still saying, yeah, I hope we go back once more to 1 cent. Because some of my friends here in Colombia want also to buy, and like 2 at least did. So one got in here like at 28 and the other one at 132. So they are already pretty amazed like what Hex can do, because every day they looked into they are staked, of course, but every day they looked into their stake app, it was showing more and more amount. Yeah, like one guy called me yesterday and said, how is this working with the trustless interest? Because I thought I'm just getting like a few hex per day, but my portfolio is already up like 30% or something like that. Was really funny for me. Yes. So what else should I say? I hope that we see a nice support zone, at least here at 150, and it's also possible that we already see more breakout in the next few weeks. Let's see. I haven't tracked it that much, like how much liquid hex is there in weak hands, So yeah, let's
So
see.
what we're
But
seeing right now, we saw 2 weeks, like on this chart, we see here, we see 2 weeks going down, and they went down to the previous all-time high from the last month. Do you see what I see there? Could that be a
yeah, of
resistance
course.
line?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So like this 1.4 or 1.5 line, I hope this will change into a support zone, like here and here, like in between those two. I hope we see a good support zone forming, or we see a breakout
Okay.
and then we come back to this support zone. Just
So I
like
have
my
two interesting
approaches.
questions in the chat. So
Yep.
first, can you leave on
So, okay, Ellen is gone. Okay, sorry. And it's gone, exactly. So, I actually don't know. Okay, he's back here. Let's see if he gets an easy connection to ask me the two questions from the chat, because as I am with my screen, I wasn't reading the chat. So, Ellen, you have the questions for me?
Yeah, can you guys see me again? Well, that's the
Yeah.
problem with traveling. Sometimes you don't have the best internet. But the question from the chat was, can you draw us a random line?
Yes, I can, but I would go to something else. I go to uniswap.hex.vision, and there I go to the version 1 of Uniswap, to the weekly chart, and there I have drawn like 6 random lines. Yeah, you see that this random line on the bottom starts back in the all-time low week and connects here at the big payday, and I was just cloning those lines, so with the same arrangement upwards like 6 times, and it made this pattern here. And now I can scroll. Okay, that's too much, sorry. And now I could scroll out a bit, and okay, I am on the logarithmic scale, and we can have a look in the future. Yeah, so this would be like the rest of the year. So
And
this
say the
random
number.
line,
Where does it brings us?
it would bring us from 5 to 60 cents.
All right, that sounds nice. That's what I want to see.
In this year, I know that you want to see that, yeah. But as you know, I am here on the logarithmic scale, and as the smaller you draw the picture, like in the large scale, I don't know if it will work out. Yeah, but I like those lines. At least let's say it like this, and the worst one would be 5 cents on these lines, and the highest ones would be 60 something.
Well, the thing is, I think 5 cents is actually pretty achievable. Let's take us back 1 year ago. 1 year ago, it was our goal to get to 1 cent, and 1 cent was so far away. And now we already touched 2 cents, you know. So Hex can go higher and faster than we could imagine. And I think this will be true for the future as well. And this brings me to the next question I want to ask you, Patrick. I also have that from the chat. I don't know who was asking that, but if you have a family member right now, would you advise them to stake right now or wait for the new Pulse chain?
Stake right now and stake long, because everything which will be on this Hex mainnet right now until the Pulse chain is a Pulse chain. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly in English, actually. Until it's done, there will be like another 6, 12, maybe a bit more months. And even if you stake right now, and you can end stake on the Pulse chain in 10 years, in 15 years, in 5 years, you know. So I would still advise people to get their Hex back right now and to stake right now, because the best time to stake is always today. Because over time, the thing which only goes up is the share rate. So over time, you will get less and less T shares for the same amount of Hex. So it might differ how much Hex you get for your fiat money, because Hex is a pretty volatile asset. That's why we say maybe you don't put everything at one time. So maybe you spread out your orders a bit, you know, you go into Hex with a dollar cost average form. Maybe if you have not so much money to invest, you go over the layer 2 network, where you can save the swap fees at least, and stake it right now, because the best time to stake is always now, and you won't have any problem in the future, because Hex will be on its own blockchain. Every existing stake will be on this blockchain. I don't know exactly how. I explained it before, like 2 ways I can imagine. I guess the truth will be a 3rd way, which I don't know as of right now, because the Hex community is awesome, and they are leading the way. You know, the Hex community produces the next level stuff. You know, because we have the best statistics, for example. Yeah, we have the best community sites. Yeah, if our founder dies, the product won't go away. Of course, it would be pretty sad, yeah, and all that stuff, but every user would be still able to mint their own rewards, because we have plenty of other front ends besides go.hex.com. And even with the new chain, it will be possible to end stake with a small Hex fee. And I guess with the new chain, it will also be possible to end stake with your to pay the small fee with your stake, you know. Or this means the fee will be that small that it's only like not even 1 Hex maybe. So just go somewhere and buy yourself like 5 Hex, you know, and then you have enough for doing the next 10 transactions or 20.
Well, somebody is saying that Ellen is announcing $7, and I really believe that $7 will happen in Hex in the future, because all the Hex is locked up and people still gonna buy in. But what can we do as a community to get to $7 or even higher? I think we all should work to make this happen. If this happens, it's all on us. People saying like, man, we are getting gatekept by CoinMarketCap. Binance doesn't list us. Coinbase doesn't list us. This is so unfair and stuff. But this all doesn't matter. We do not depend on third parties. If we want $7, then you and me, we have to make it happen. The community has to make it happen. And every Hexican out there can work on that just by going on Twitter, liking Hex content, like this video, like every other video as well, and get the name of Hex out there. It doesn't cost anything, and that's why I recommend every Hexican out there. There are 1,000 Hexicans. Take 10 minutes of your time daily and go on Twitter and like every Hex content there is, and do that every single day. And it should be something like a homework. I do it myself. I do it for 1 hour. I like every single Hex content there is. And that's, I think, good engagement for the community.
Exactly, guys. So what you hear here is a full-time Hexican at work, you know?
Exactly.
Who tell you how you can be a part-time Hexican as well.
Everybody can be at least a part-time Hexican just by doing their homework, just by liking everything every single day. And could you imagine, like, what would happen if every Twitter account from Hex, every Hex post would get 1,000 likes, for example? I think at one point influencers would see, hey, if I talk about Hex, I get 1,000 likes. So I'm going to ask, what is the best Hex strategy? What is the best whatever Hex? Just to get those engagement. And I think we should make that happen.
Yes, for sure. But what I also need to say for the gatekeeping, the longer Binance and Coinbase waits to list Hex, the bigger will be the boost after they cannot afford it anymore to not offer it. And the thing is, why are they not list Hex? Because they cannot make huge gains from Hex, because they only make gains on fees and on users who are trade and who gave away the power of the money, you know, who share their private key with Coinbase and with Binance and so on. And Hex is like the real crypto, where only you are your own bank, where only you hold your own keys, where only you have the power to send away your money, where it's not like a shared power system like you have with your savings account at your bank, because you have access and your bank has access. It's not like with Binance, where Binance has access and you has access. It's not like with Coinbase, where Coinbase has access and you have access. Yeah. So only you are having the power to move your money. Only you with your coins can go into the Hex smart contract and say, this amount of Hex for this amount of time I'm going to stake right now. And only you and your keys are able to get back once after the 100% progress is done, and only your keys are able to mint your rewards. And that is what crypto is supposed to be. And Coinbase and Binance and CoinMarketCap became a form of crypto where what is not supposed to be. You know, it's like legacy finance on the blockchain. You know, it's like in German it's called the Wolf im Schafspelz. The wolf in the sheep's. How do you call that?
Skin.
There is a saying in English as well. I don't know it actually.
I know what saying you mean. Well, I have a different point why Coinbase and Binance doesn't list us, and
Okay.
I don't know if this is correct. The chat will correct me if not. Well, think about it. If Coinbase and Binance would list Hex, somebody would take the Ethereum or the Bitcoin and convert it into Hex, and then they have Hex on Binance. What would they do? They would pull that Hex out and put it into the smart contract. So Binance would just make their financial energy go somewhere else, and I think they don't like that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys, if you guys have questions for us, you have the possibility to ask them right now. I see Crypto Vince is saying wolf in sheep clothing. That's what they say in America. So I guess everybody understood what you were saying.
Ah, okay.
So anyways,
how is it called in English? Because I didn't hear you right now.
Wolf in sheep clothing. or in
in
sheep's
sheep
clothing.
closings. Okay, in sheep's clothing. Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah.
So if you guys have questions for us, ask them right now. We are about to close down this stream. It was amazing to have the stream, and this stream is all about you guys. We make this streams for you, to inform you and just to hang out with you, to connect the HEX community. I think it's always a lot of fun, and I say thank you for you guys. I hope you already liked and subscribed to this channel, and next week we will do that as well, also in German and in English in the future. Every time we do it at least once a week. So if you have any questions, ask them now. Patrick, do you have anything else?
Exactly, yeah. So just one announcement for the next week, because next week on Monday will be celebration day, like Easter Monday, and therefore we are going to jump to the next day, to Tuesday. So next week you can expect us with our English stream on Tuesday, as well as with the German stream a bit before. Then I will just sum up a bit. If you're interested in renting a nice German Airbnb apartment or house in Las Vegas during the HEX event, then please write at EbitHex or at HexLion on Telegram, or just point us in any HEX group. We are in the most of them. And what else? If you are afraid, like what will happen with all this HEX forking ease and so on, you don't need to be scared at all, because with Richard Hart, the biggest goal of him was always to get every user the highest level of security possible. And that's also the reason why HEX is a finished product with 100% uptime. And everybody out there who knows how software works and how computer programs are working, 100% uptime in 1.5 years is a huge deal on its own, only so even before the price appreciation and the nice price chart and the perfect community and the perfect logo and marketing and all that stuff. Yeah, so the 100% uptime is a really huge deal. So don't be scared about the new blockchain or something like that. It will need some time, it will need some testing, and Richard will only come out with it like to the general market, that everybody can use it now, when it's 100% secure, and nobody will lose any hacks, and everything will work 100% of the time as well. So don't be scared, and buy your hex bag now in steps. Go dollar cost average in. We have a high volatile asset, so nobody knows if we might see another dump towards 1 cent, or if we are going to see a pump towards 5 cents. Everything is possible in a short period of time. So get your USDC or your Ethereum ready. And the best thing to do right now is still stake it right now, because once we are on the new blockchain, you will be still able to end those stakes with 99% less fee as of right now.
Well, I think those were good words for the end of the stream. I don't see any more questions. I just saw some, but I answered them in the chat already. So thank you guys, everybody, for joining us today and being so active in the chat, asking all the questions. It's really a lot of fun. And just as Patrick said, we're going to see us next week on Tuesday. So see you. Bye.
Yeah, exactly. Goodbye, everybody. Have fun.